guys, it is February 5th, Monday, and I'm going to go over everything that sold this last week on eBay. We are going to start with this Spin Master Harry Potter set. I got this at my Amazon return bin store. Okay, so packaging is clearly a little bit damaged. I obviously disclosed that, but they were brand new in the box, and I paid $1 for this and sold for $39.99. So this was a very good buy. Next item that sold was a lot of 3 Crown Royal drawstring bags. I do have some of the purple ones; those sell too. I just happened to get these in the Goodwill bins over several visits. Orange and 2 brown ones. So the 3 of them went for $9.99. Super lightweight, barely cost me anything. Made a couple bucks, so that's good on this. Next item that sold is a lot of 4 Beatles Fisher-Price Little People. I do Fisher-Price Little People lots all the time. Find them in the bins all the time. These 4 were in a bag by themselves in the bins. Funny story, I actually had these listed as Harry Potter because of the one with the tie and the striped shirt, and I thought it was Harry Potter. And somebody else messaged me and said, hey, these aren't Harry Potter, these are actually the Beatles. So I actually had them for, I think, $15 as Harry Potter, and then when I looked up the Beatles, I went, oh, well, they're worth more. So then I marked them up to $19.99, and they sold like the next day. So these were Goodwill bin items, definitely made decent profit at 20 bucks. This here is a brand new sealed book, Baseball and Illustrated History from Jeffrey Ward and Ken Burns, who does many of the PBS documentaries. This was brand new sealed in the bins, so our bins do 3 for $1 for books. So I paid about 33 cents for this. It was listed for just a few days and sold for $24.99. Here we have a Build-A-Bear Workshop Girl Scout hoodie. We do Build-A-Bear clothes all the time, find them in the bins all the time, thrift stores, garage sales, and certain ones do sell better than others. So I plucked this one out because it said Girl Scouts on it. Great condition, listed it, and $19.99 later, it sold. So considering this was probably an ounce in the Goodwill bins, this was a decent find. Here is a Christopher Banks skirt. It was brand new with tags. Retailed for $44.95. It's a 16 wide. Great shape. I had this listed for quite some time. If I remember correctly, I found these in the Goodwill bin. So took a while, $9.99. Made a couple bucks. Nothing too exciting here though. Next item that's sold is a Universal Studios Monsters plush. This was the Wolfman. It looked like Wolverine. And this one is from Toy Factory, brand new with the tags. This was found in the bin, so probably paid about 50 cents for him, and he sold for $14.99. So here we have a lot of 5 Disney Store Pride plushed stuffies. 4 brand new with tags, 1 without. Donald Duck was not new. I got all of these at a Goodwill, regular Goodwill store, so they were $1.99 a piece. I've had these listed, I think, as high as about 60 bucks. Had these since, I think, last spring, so I've been sitting on them for about 9 months. And mark them down, mark them down, mark them down. And now that it sold at $11.99 after I put 10 bucks into it, I should have pulled these and saved these for my flea market coming up in April. But I missed the boat, sold them, so I kind of lost some money on these, which is a shocker considering they're brand new Disney, Pride themed. I mean, I'm a little disappointed in this one. Next item that sold on eBay this week is a Care Bears plush. I only had this listed for about 2 days. Got it in the Goodwill bins, so paid maybe $1 for him. He was a little bit bigger. Brand new with tags, I think from 2002. And he ended up selling for $16.99. Shipping on stuffed animals, always pretty cheap. So this was a pretty good deal. This Criterion Collection DVD and Blu-ray sold. It was listed just a few days. I got this in my Amazon return bins for $1, and it sold for $26.99. It was sealed, but did have a tear in the seal, as you can see from the pictures. But clearly brand new. Good buy, good sell. Next item that's sold is an Over the Hedge plushie DreamWorks. It's RJ the Raccoon. Such a good movie. I found this at a thrift store. I think it was the thrift store where the plushies are like 40 cents or something. Super cheap like that. Had the tags on him and everything, and he sold for $10.99. Sold this cute sleep shirt this week. This is a Disney, it was a sleepwear, so I'm sure there were some matching pants that came with this, but it's Thumper from Bambi. Says don't care at all. This I got during my thrift store's half off event. So I think this one I paid $1.50 or $2 for. Didn't sit for very long and sold for $20.99. This wallet here was actually a find of my mom's in the Goodwill bins. It is a Lee Sands eel skin wallet. It was brand new in the box. So she probably paid not even $1 for it, and it sold pretty quickly within a week for $49.99. So that was a very good buy, good sell on this one. A lot of times DVDs, even brand new sealed, do not go for a whole lot, but this was just one of those that I looked up and I'm thinking, I guess I could list this one. I don't like listing anything for less than $9.99, so this one I think I undercut the person with the cheapest one. I think they had it for $11.99. I put mine for $11.49, and it sold within a few days. So this was, I mean, a couple bucks, nothing too exciting. Did ship media mail, so probably made about $5-6 on this. You guys, bomber jackets for kids. I am not a fan of bomber jackets. I think they are ugly as sin. But I've sold several kid bomber jackets in the past for some good money. And this one too. Excellent. $32.49. This I believe I got on half price day at the thrift store. I want to say I did pay maybe about, I want to say this was $9.99. So I paid $5. But with my history of selling bomber jackets, I knew it was going to be an okay buy. And sure enough, about, it was maybe like 10 days or so after I listed it, that this sold for $32.49. Lightweight, shipped cheap. So this was, as always, good buy, good sell. Next item that's sold on eBay is a Sonic the Hedgehog Tails character. We are Sonic fans here in this house. So when I saw Tails, I knew exactly who he was and that I should buy him. And he was at our local bin stores, the Amazon bin stores, on Dollar Day. So I paid $1 and sold him for $12.49. Shipping is always cheap for stuffies. So yeah, that was good profit on this one. People and their Victoria's Secret bags. I don't know what the draw is with these. They sell every time though. This was found in the Goodwill bins. Had to clean up a little bit. Had sequins, pink sequins, and the logo on the front. One of the big large tote bags with a zipper. And super lightweight listed. It wasn't up for a week, I don't think. And it sold for $12.99. Whenever I see Lala Loopsy, I always take a second look. These dolls, the 12 inchers, they're like 12 to 13 inches. They're the very firm. They're not stuffed animals, but they're the firm dolls, especially if they have their shoes and their outfit. They typically do well. This one wasn't listed for very long and sold for $16.99. And this I found at the thrift store, and I want to say I paid $2. Not sure how familiar you are with kids' toys, but this guy is a fun little toy. The Fisher-Price Think and Learn Caterpillar. I pick these up pretty regularly, either in the bins, thrift stores, garage sales. They always sell well as long as they work. I always test them. This guy worked great. He had the body and or the head and then 5 body pieces. So he's not a complete set by any means. But tested it works, sold it for $24.99. Once I packaged him, he was a little bit on the heavier side for shipping, but still came out with good profit. These I did find in the Goodwill bin, so probably paid $3 or so for this one. Another item that sold on eBay this week, I've had this for a little while. I got this last summer. The lady had a Culture Fly box with all brand new Friends items in them. This is one of them. This was a sweater that says how you doing. It's a size extra large chenille. I'm actually shocked this didn't sell higher. Culture Fly tends to do pretty well, but I paid $8 for a whole box of items, and I have since sold most of it. and made my money. So $17.49 for chenille sweater, brand new with tags. Friends theme, culture fly. Somebody got a good deal here. These Brain Quest books I typically pick up at the Goodwill bins. We do 3 for $1 books at our Goodwill bins, and many of these come 2 to a container. So when I find 2 in a container, that right there is 33 cents. Even loose 33 cents. I probably have, what, $4 or so invested in these, and they sold for $54.99. I don't know if they would have sold faster or better if I lotted them up by ages or grades. I do have 6th grade, 5th grade, kindergarten, all of them lotted up in here. Still sold though, $54.99. Mailed them media mail, so this was actually a really good find. I do have some more that I need to list, and I think I'm going to do that soon. Next item that sold on eBay, Dyson attachment parts for the vacuums. Always do well, even if they have a little bit of use. They are typically worth picking up when you can get them pretty cheap, either in the bins. I think this one came from a thrift store, actually. I got this big bag of Dyson parts at a thrift store. Half off day, I want to say I paid maybe $8 for this big bag, and I've already sold some of the pieces for 30, $40. So this at this point is just pure profit on this one. And last but not least, it's a Generation 2 hunting magazine. This I found in my Amazon return bins for $1. Not exactly sure what it is, but I caught my eye because I did pick up one of these another time and sold it. So I knew it would sell. Picked it up for $1, sold for $11.49 pretty quickly. So this was a good buy and a good sell. And that is it for this week, guys. I already went out to the storage unit and got stuff packed up. Gonna head to the post office. I got an appointment this morning, and then I think I'm going to head back to the Goodwill bins. We had a very sick family with a cold this last week, so I never got out to source last week. So I'm going today and I think tomorrow to the Goodwill bins to pick up some new stuff. So have a great week, guys.